Remember they said there'll be no Viper. And Stellantis was more focused on like economical powertrains and all of that. And then, yes, I was party to a conversation with the head of SRT, Tim Kaniskis, and Racer X, and myself, and OC Motivator, and Butter. We were all sitting there talking about the Viper and how not realistic it would be today because it would be a $300,000 car. And then this happened. Roll it. Quick break, guys. You've heard me talk about Exter wallets before. They're all about smart, durable design. You see me using this thing all the time. Now Exter is actually leveling up, taking that same smart design that we get in the wallets into travel gear with the new travel vacuum pack. It's been a game changer for some of my trips, especially the recent one I just did to Roadkill Nights. First off, the bags can actually triple your storage. I'm talking 15 items compressed down, saving up to 60% space in any travel bag. That means no more paying for those extra baggage fees or dragging an oversized carry-on. I mean, it's a game changer. With the included air pump, you can compress anywhere. It's USC rechargeable, 20 uses per charge, and works fast. Clothes stay sealed tight, fresh and protected. No weirdo smells, no spills, totally waterproof. And the bags themselves, they're tough. Anti-rip nylon, airtight zippers, modular design so they fit in any bag. Honestly, they even double as laundry bags which are on their trip, which is huge for me because I usually have to get the ones from the hotel. They're a pain. But it makes life way easier when I'm traveling. Once you pack with these, you really can't go back to shoving stuff into cubes and hoping for the best. Exter is running a Labor Day sale up to 48% off site-wide through September 16th. And if you use my code TK's Garage at checkout, you'll stack another 10% off on top. Just hit the link in the description or scan the QR code that is on screen. Pack more, stress less, and major thanks to Exter for sponsoring today's video. So if you think it's a coincidence that all of a sudden Stellantis today on their social media comes out and does what? They literally talk about the Gen 2 Viper. We're going to talk about why that's important here in a minute. But the Gen 2 Viper was so much of an upgrade over the first generation where you didn't have windows, you had to like buy these contraptions if you wanted to close in the cabin, all that other stuff. But it was just raw power. And Stellantis is giving you notes. They're giving you keys today, if that's what you want to call it, where they're showing you a vehicle in the Generation 2 Viper that could look extremely similar to whatever this new Halo car is that's going to drop. Now, we were told for months before Roadkill Nights that it was another Viper. We saw all of the different things, the development stuff. Why would they be getting, V10 blocks? Why would they be putting stuff together? I know a lot of people said the V10 block thing was probably BS. Who knows? I don't care. I only know about what my sources have said. And they said we were getting another Viper. Now, could they decide that this isn't going to have the V10 powertrain, so they don't want to put the Viper name on it? But it's just, when you really think about it, especially with what this company has been in terms of Stellantis. Sorry, I just came from outside, so I'm probably sweating like a pig. But when it comes into what this company has pushed over all this time, excuse me, it amazes me that on the main page on Stellantis, not Dodge, not on the SRT page, the Mage page of Stellantis NA. We're talking about the Gen 2 Viper and how amazing that car was, and the raw power, and the fact that it didn't have a bunch of tech in it. Remember, when Matt did the podcast, the CEO of Dodge, and they said, you know, could we ever get a car that's affordable to get people back into the brand? And he said something along the lines of, yeah, I think we're gonna find a $30,000 Halo car. I've seen all of the rumors on Reddit and everywhere else talking about the Dart is coming back, and I don't think it's gonna be the Dart. Could it be the Duster? Maybe that might be a different vehicle. But we know for a fact, just off of clay models that have been put together, that something that looks very similar to what that Gen 2 Viper looks like is coming. For sure. Book it. And you know, when I tell you this, it is what it is. So could the executives that talk to us at Roadkill Nights and somebody that's done intelligence for 20 years, I could tell you, they're doing their job. They're not supposed to just tell you shit on GP, right? It's not gonna happen. But could they have misdirected us on purpose, saying, hey, there's no Viper coming? What if they don't call it a Viper, but it literally has all the tenets of what that car was? Raw power, not a lot of tech. Funny how they talked about the bubbles of the, you know what? Let me run the video so you can see what I'm talking about, what Stellantis posted today, and we'll come back before we close out.
I'm Ryan Nagodi, and this is my 1996 Dodge Viper GTS. Let's go for a ride. What makes the Viper a modern American performance legend, it really gets back to the heart of the vehicle, the V10 engine. It's 450 horsepower, 488 pound-feet of torque. There is not a lot of tech baked into this thing. I mean, it is raw horsepower, manual transmission, big exhaust, and just a lot of air coming in and a lot of air coming out. I love the second gen because I think when most people think of Viper, they really do picture this 1996 blue with the white stripes. Most people started really falling in love with the vehicle when they saw what we call the double bubble hardtop there that was kind of formed around racing helmets. It is not refined. It's not meant to be refined. It's meant to be a little raw and really truly showing off American horsepower.
So like I said, it's pretty clear, all right? They don't, and I'm not just saying they're not going over the history of cars that Stellantis is now a part of. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that that's not what they're doing. I just find it, with all of the stuff about the Viper, you know, you just had the Viper event right after Roadkill Nights up in Michigan. You could have ran this spot on Instagram during that event while the Vipers were up there in Detroit and Pontiac and whatnot, right? They didn't do that. What does that mean? Is there a subtle message? I'm gonna get on my Butter the Insider right now. My dude Butter would be like, Tim got white shoes on. Inside joke, but funny. Why would they do it now? Why would they talk about that car now? I can tell you, there's going to be it's going to have some tech in it. It probably will have more tech than that Viper had in it. They have to put some, they're going to put some tech in it, whether it's just a Uconnect system or whatever, right? But could they go back to just manual transmission, raw power, no turbo, but I have a feeling it's going to have to be turboed. If they want it to be performance, and if it's a cheap car, meaning it's got to be either that 4-cylinder, you know, smaller Hurricane engine, or maybe it's just a Hurricane engine in that small car. I think they're going to do something. And here's the thing. We know that the Hurricane can actually sound good. Go check out Boosted Motorsports page of what that Hurricane sounds like with one turbo and an exhaust coming out the hood. Is Stellantis going to build that car? No. But I find it interesting that they asked Boosted Motorsports to put that engine in the Viper. Don't you find that interesting? I find it interesting that now Stellantis' main page is talking about the Gen 2 Viper and the raw power and the simplicity. Because I think that Halo car is coming. And it's gonna be fast. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Give the video a big thumbs up if you like what I do. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. And as always, stay petty, my friends.